Welcome to the Tint Life Podcast with Montana, the Tint Craftsman, Kayla Ramirez, and Alicia Yancey's, brought to you by Pro Tinter and sponsored by Solar FX Window Films. Let's dive into the Tint Life together.
You are now tuned into Women Wednesday here on the Tint Life Podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tint Life Podcast. This is Women Wednesdays. And you already know what time it is, where the ladies take over. And once again, it is the women with the empowerment that's taking over right now. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves, my lovely co-host. Y'all can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Kayla Ramirez with Goddess Window Tinting.
Yancy with Ace of Shades Window Tinting, and we're here to give women in this industry a voice.
And our
I'll go ahead.
okay, and I'll let our amazing guest introduce herself.
Hello, hey y'all.
Hey.
What's going
Hello.
on, Ebony?
How y'all doing? Like she said, I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Ebony. I'm the CEO and founder of Tint My Ride 804. I'm a window tinting company based here in Richmond, Virginia.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, well,
you.
so nice to meet you. We have had the pleasure of meeting you at Tinner Battles, which was an amazing experience. But could you just tell the people about like how many years you've been tinning? Yeah, just a little background about yourself. So we know you're in Richmond, Virginia, but a little bit more.
Yes, I did. I don't think I met Kayla.
No, I didn't meet you.
Oh,
I was
y'all
like, "She was
didn't?
there?"
No.
I probably was holding on to her too long.
Probably.
No, I'm so happy to have met Allie. Is that your name on here?
Yeah.
Alicia.
Yes.
But no,
No,
how
they-
you pronounce it?
So the reason she said Allie is because people I meet in public, I tell them my name is Allie because that's my nickname, but my government name is Alicia.
I hope I didn't expose nothing. I'm sorry. But yeah, to keep the story going. So how long I've been tinting. So how I got into window tint, my dad owns an auto glass business. And I've always been around like anything auto glass related. So window tint is one of his services he provides. But as far as like repair and replacement of auto glass in general is what my dad does. It's my true background in automotive. So I was working at his shop for a while. This was in 2018-ish. I was working at his shop and I just started taking it more serious. I started really looking at it like, I'm going to one day take over his shop and I'm his, his child that's learning the business and things. So, but I started to learn that like, my vision and his vision weren't really aligning together. So we would kind of like bump heads a lot as far as like what needs to get done with the shop. So we didn't really work out too well as far as like me working at his shop. And when I left the business, I put an ad on Facebook Marketplace to tint windows just as like a side hustle because I was now unemployed. So I had to get a 9-to-5. I had to like, figure out how I'm going to pay my bills and things. So when I got my 9-to-5, I got a job bartending and I put an ad on Facebook for a window tint. By this time, it's like the end of 2019 and 2020 hits and I'm tinting windows in like February 2020 and then March 2020 COVID hits. So I lose my jobs that I had, but nobody could tell me I couldn't tint windows because I was tinting at my dad's shop. So, and he's like a conspiracy theorist. So he's like, this is not real. So he was not shutting down. He didn't care nothing about the shutdowns or nothing. Like he was like, we in here. And it was perfect timing. It was perfect
Rocking
timing.
and rolling.
For real, like, and it was crazy how it happened because like I started tinting windows and stuff, and everybody was sitting at home getting like unemployment checks and stuff. So it was real easy to get clientele because people had the disposable income and the time to come get it done. So it was really perfect timing for real. And it got to the point where the whole shop was full of cars and they were all there for me. Like I was paying them to tint my cars because that's how it ended up happening. Like he wasn't getting no business, but my business was booming. So that's how I started in 2020. And then I went to a one-car garage because I really felt like at the time, like looking back on my journey, I feel like at the time I didn't want to get a shop because of my experience with my dad's shop. So I associated having a shop with how I felt when I was at his shop. And I never wanted to feel like that. So I was like, I don't know if I want to get a shop. I don't think that's for me, So I worked in a one-car garage for my apartment complex for like the past 3 years. And then I was like, And I did a good job. I did a really good job. I built a name for myself. I gained clientele, all that fun stuff. Like I did what you're supposed to do as far as like starting
Mhm.
your own like business. But I'm like, I still don't have a place of business. Like I need a place of business. And I know if I stay here, I'm not gonna grow. So I left my one car garage to move back home, save some money, and figure out how I'm going to keep my business going. And then I started getting like contracts and stuff. So right now I just scored my second like contract. I kind of don't want to tell too much because this is recorded, but I just scored another a
That's
good contract.
exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
They provide the space for me. They provide the material, so it's like a really good opportunity for me considering my
Yeah.
situation. Like I'm kind of like in between shops, literally, and God just came through, did exceedingly abundantly above all I could ask or think. Gave me and they called the first contract called me. Like I wasn't looking for nothing. Like they called me and just so happened to be like I said, that perfect timing. So hopefully that
Yeah.
catches y'all up as far
Awesome.
as like where I came from and where I'm at today.
Yeah, yeah. So how did you get those opportunities, if you don't mind sharing? Like, what were your like steps to like kind of grow?
It was honestly very organic. I didn't like set out to like get contracts or nothing. It was just like my mentality was I don't really care to go get a shop because I'm like, you know, I just felt like it wasn't. I guess at looking back, it just wasn't the right time. And how it
Mhm.
came about, my mentality was like shifting my business model anyway, because I wasn't looking to go like the traditional route. And I just got a phone call one day from a franchise dealership saying that they need a window tinter. Can I come in and like not really interview, but just like come by, see what kind of work they want me to do, check out the facility and stuff. And I did, gave them a quote for how much y'all charge per vehicle based off of the work they wanted me to do, and they hired me. And that's how that came about. So they called me because they heard about me.
Nice.
So how do you so a lot of people so in the tinting world, dealerships is like you got two sides. You got some tinters that like love a dealership, and you got other tinters that's like, no way, I've done that, been there, not doing it again. What is like your experience? Like, do you recommend dealerships or do you recommend it just for beginners or do you
Oh, that's a
nah?
good question. Yeah, that's a really good question. I definitely see both sides of it, especially having like
Mhm.
a dealership contract for the first time. I've heard of that too. I've heard dealers, people have dealership contract. I think it depends on your deal. Depends on like how much you're going to charge for what you're doing. And I
Yes.
think it depends on like what you have going on already in your business. Like if you already have a
Mhm.
shop, you already have like clientele and overhead and stuff that you have to pay for. It's kind of hard to refocus your attention to catering to a dealership because they're not going to pay you the same amount you're going to get
Mhm.
doing work on your own. So I think it's very depending on like your situation, like where you're at with your shop, with your business. Like for me, like I said, my journey, it was kind of perfect timing because I didn't have any place to work out of, so it was like a blessing for me because they also cool with me kind of doing some cars every now and then. So it's like it's really
Yeah.
a blessing for real. But at the same time, I am sacrificing because I'm not in the shop, so I'm not making the shop type of money that you can make, but at the same time I don't have as much overhead, so I'm
Right.
making more profit by the margin, but I'm not really making the same.
Scaling.
But you're
Yeah.
building your future. Like those customers that you tint for, even if they're not the price you want right now, once you go out on your own and leave those dealerships, they're gonna go to you and they're gonna be like, you've been my girl. I'm gonna pay your price that you're, up now at because I know and trust your work. Like it's gonna
Mhm.
work. Like it does. Dealership referrals is the reason that dealerships are good.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. And too, working at the dealership, honestly, I don't take no pay cut. Like when they want me to tint cars because it's the dealership, I get paid like way more than what I was gonna charge them to do it because like
Yeah.
they're dealership, so they expect high prices. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
works. Yeah.
Those are the right dealerships. You did the right thing for that. Well, they came to you because you were doing all the right things.
Just showing up every day, being myself and having fun with it,
Yeah.
taking the losses with the wins. Just keep it going.
That's
Yeah.
so important because then I think with entrepreneurship, like losses.
Yeah.
You taking punches left and right. But I think
Mhm.
the biggest thing is like we just keep going. Like where we
Mm-hmm.
was a year ago or even just 6 months ago is not where we are today. And we wouldn't be where we are today without having those losses first.
Oh,
So
yeah.
definitely good. I think a lot of times people see like the social media and they think like, oh, it's been a perfect journey. No, it was bumps, trials, and tribulations. A lot of praying.
Girl, fasting.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's awesome. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to see somebody from my hometown.
I know, that is crazy. We from the same place. That is crazy.
Yeah, so when I found out where you was from, I was like, oh, you was my girl. We gotta
Look.
So I was super excited. I'm super proud. I'm super proud for you representing home. Like
I'm gonna hold it down,
you're
girl.
doing it. Yeah, you're doing it. I'm super proud of you.
They got the right
And you
one.
said you've been doing it since 2019, right?
I've been tinting all together probably since around 2019, but I started Tint My Ride 2020.
2020.
Okay.
So like so that's something as well with business owners. Oftentimes we start the business without getting the LLC first. Do you feel like that was a good move, or do you feel like you missed out a lot because you did not get your LLC first? Cause you know you miss out on certain things when you don't have an LLC, write-offs, getting into companies, things like that.
Right. Oh, me personally, I highly recommend you start your business. Get money coming into your business before you form an LLC. That's my personal opinion. Maybe an unpopular one as well. Reason being is because like you can start an LLC, you can form an LLC, whatever your filing fee is with the SEC, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have a business. You just formed a legal business on paper. But if you don't have no money coming in,
Then it's not gonna help you build that business credit anyway. Like,
well, yeah, and that's where I'm at currently with my business. I just like got out of like a lot of debt. I like transparency moment, like if we're talking financial literacy, I've gotten myself out of debt recently. I'm applying more to like business credit and stuff.
That's good. That's
Because
nothing. It takes money to make money in business.
and it's like in this economy too. Like I was looking at it from when my dad started and like what the economy was like. Like my dad making the money that we make today. Back then went a lot further because you can go buy properties from round, where we from round the way for like $17,000, $20,000, $30,000. That's now hub zones. That's now they're giving tax credits for you to buy and rebuild these homes in these neighborhoods. They're giving you tax credits for it now but back then this house won't worth $100,000. This house won't even worth $50,000, and you're making $100,000 money. You can go cash out on properties. Back then when he was growing up, so he like get business credit for what? Why would I tell people how much money I'm really making when I could just go cash out on stuff? Like that was different.
Yeah.
He had a different mentality back then.
Yeah.
Now you have to have credit to get advanced because I can't cash out my $100,000 I got in the bank on a property. Like I got expenses that come with this $100,000. So I can't go cash out like that. So you have to have credit nowadays. You have to be able to have the line of credit. So like you said, you can make money. Like it takes money to make money. So I definitely am like on my whole like get all that together because
I think that's oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, so I do feel that like, especially with entrepreneurship is like when we first start, we all start as like a hustle because we don't really know what we're doing. We're just hustling, trying to get our name out there, trying to make some money and trying to give out the best product. But then you get to a point in your business where it's like, okay, I've been hustling, but I want to make this sustainable. And I need to figure out a way how to change it from a hustle into a business. And a lot of times people don't know how to transition into a business from a hustle. And that's when like how your dad was hustling. He was hustling good for years, but he missed out on a lot of the business opportunities in the 20 years of credit that he could have had, where he could have bought like $1 million a building or whatever the case may be. So I think that's a lot of times that business owners struggle in as well.
I'm glad you picked up on that. Yep, that's exactly how I feel. Like I feel like I'm turning my hustle.
You're just hustling
business. Like this
because it's a completely different world.
Yeah,
being like a business person.
Go ahead. Sorry, go Kayla.
No, I was just saying it's a whole different world. Yeah. No, you're the business one. She's teaching me. Like I was like, what's a credit card? How does it work? And she's like, girl, I got you. I was like, wait, you pay interest every month? It's a learning
Yeah.
process for me because I was hustling for 7 years and then I just went out on my own 2 months ago. So like I'm figuring out the business side of it too. So it's a
Oh,
whole
God
new
bless.
world.
God
It
bless you.
is, and it's scary, and a lot of times people don't want to start that business because they don't know how to have a business. But all three of us on this podcast had no idea how to run a business before we got a business.
Yeah.
We
You learn
literally
as you
just showed up
go.
every day. Yeah,
Yeah, that's all it is just
Yeah.
consistency.
Yeah. No, I'm even at a
definitely.
point now where I'm about to start another business in automotive. And I'm like, and to touch on your point about like entrepreneurship, I won Young Entrepreneur of the Year 2023
I
with
saw that.
this league. Thank you.
Stop.
I
That's
won a pitch
amazing.
competition before. I won Member of the Year this year. And I go to a lot of business networking training, like free stuff that they have around the city. I go to like, that's how I won Member of the Year, because I go to like all these different events. Like I'm known for being at the events. They even asked me like, Ebony, when do you have time to tint? Like you always be outside. Like, and I'm like, because I make my own schedule, so I just schedule myself
No.
accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
important. It's so great that you're doing that. One, you're getting into your community. And so you're building relations within your community. But then also networking. You're networking with everybody out there. You don't know who you're talking to in that room. And another thing,
Keep talking. I'm
I just
listening. I'm gonna show you something.
that made me lose my train of thought.
You said another thing.
But it's just I think, I said you're getting back in the community, you're networking. I forgot what the other part was. But yeah. It's great that you're going to these events. For sure. Oh, going to these events is reinvesting back into yourself as well, because
Yeah.
nothing's more valuable in a business than reinvesting back into yourself, which is going to these events. It's taking time for yourself to how to learning different people in this area who have different areas of business, so they could teach you something. And so like you're investing back into yourself by being in a space with these people. So it's good. A lot of people, when they doing business, they don't invest back in themselves.
Yeah.
I know it's hard though, cause like if you
It
busy and
is.
stuff, busy, I feel you, boo. Like be booked and busy, like cause I'm telling you, it took a sacrifice for me to do this type of stuff. Like people would
Yeah.
not be to like just cut off their source of revenue to go be like, how can I change this? Like, cause that's
Yeah.
literally took me being able to like turn down some stuff or just put some stuff on the back burner to get to my next level. Cause I'm just like, bro, like if I keep doing cars,
Something
how
has
am
to
I going
change.
to grow this business? So this is why I
Right.
want to
And it's like, oh, go ahead. What is
show.
that?
So this is
Yeah.
a business card from people that I've met going
Oh
to
my
these networking.
god. Holy
This
shit.
is just some of them. Okay. I shook hands with
And now it should be nobody that you don't have on standby for any
bro.
job
I'm
that you need
telling
done.
you, that's what I'm saying, bro. Anything I want to do, I know I could do it because I know the people that can get
Yeah.
it done. I know the people.
Yeah.
I shook hands with every single one of these people to get their cards. They met me before,
That's
Yeah,
great. That's
that's the
amazing.
power of networking. Yeah.
So
and
what is it? What
huh,
event is this? Is it like a chamber thing or is it what is it?
multiple things. So some of them been chambers. So we have chamber RVA and chamber different whatever county city you're in. We have the Metropolitan Business League. We have the Women's Business Center in Richmond. We have economic development of people for each county, each city. Um, who else? The Central Virginia African American Chamber of Commerce, Virginia State
Yeah.
University Center for
All into
Entrepreneurship.
it.
Damn. How'd you
Yeah,
find
so
all of these?
when I got to how it all really started was church. My
Oh.
church sister put a business pitch competition in Hopewell. Allie, you know Hopewell. In Hopewell, they they
Nope.
had
Well,
I had to go through Center of Entrepreneurship boot camp, and because I went through the boot camp, I got a free membership with the Metropolitan Business League. And so I started going to like all their little happy hour events, and like they'll have like events throughout the week. So I would sit down on Sunday. I would go to every chamber, NBL, every business networking organization I knew. I would go to their calendar every week. I would write down what events they had on my calendar, and I would go to them.
that's gonna
Damn.
always set you apart.
Dedication.
Yeah, that's gonna set you apart. That drive, that dedication. Oh my gosh,
They
your
say
business is
that,
going
but
to be so amazing.
it was no intention. It was no intention other than just like, I just want to have fun. Like, I just
Get
want to
better.
like be outside and live. Like, I want to get cute, go to an event, meet
Yeah.
people. Like, it was no intention of like, let me grow my business and I gotta be a hustler. It was never
Really?
that.
So your fun in going outside was going to community events. Cause my going outside is not that.
But see, that's another thing too. I changed my life. I stopped doing a lot of stuff. So like my outside looked a little different. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I don't really feel comfortable going to do that stuff. So I was like, find other ways to just have fun and meet people. And that was what I did. And it won me those awards. It won me the pitch competition. Like, but I had no intention of doing none of that stuff. I just wanted to go outside, meet people.
And that's why you did so good, is because you were just having fun being yourself. Like that's amazing. It's natural. Like it comes to you. Like I can see like your bubbly, like, your spirit is like, it's what's made you, like, it's so seamless, like, cause it just shows that you're just having fun, and people want
Thank
that. They don't want people who are just so business serious that they don't care about you. You're just another, client. Like
Yeah.
that's what sets you apart.
Facts, for sure. That people do notice that, like how you treat them, and they like sometimes some people are really short and they just want like the answer to their question, how much you charge, and then some
Yeah.
people want a little, how are you doing? How's your day? Hey, how's the weather? Like they like a little small talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's so true. That's so true.
That'd be my problem. I'd be trying to have small talk with all my customers. I'm like, and then like when they leave, I'm like, ooh, did I share too much?
Right,
I know, right?
right,
When
Like,
they
dang,
tint,
they're not coming back.
right. They're like, oh, they're gonna tell
Yeah.
my business. I know they're gonna tell.
They gonna tell my business. Yeah.
I feel
That's
that.
one thing about us women in this industry. We talk.
We talk too much. Yeah.
Love talking.
Will I? Chatty Catty.
So like what's something that has been challenging in the years that you've been tending? What's been challenging for you, and like how did you overcome that situation?
Ooh, so I get asked this question whenever I do stuff like this, like your biggest challenge, and my answer is always the same thing. My biggest challenge is myself. I am the only thing in my way. For real. The only thing I have to overcome every day is myself. What my weaknesses, my areas that I need to improve on, the areas that have held me back from being able to what I quote unquote get to my level of where I see myself, whatever that is.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would say the only thing I've had to overcome is myself, because I don't ever I take it serious, but I don't allow things that come up really make me feel like, oh, this is not for me or something like that. Except for recently, I will say when I was leaving that one car garage, I feel like God was plaguing my land because he was trying to deliver me from Egypt, child. I was like, this got to be God, because random stuff would happen and go on that was never happened, way outside of my control. And I'm just like, God, are you trying to tell me stop taking personal cars and just focus on these contracts? Like, is that what you want me to do? Because why all this? No, like
I
I
need
never
one more
thought.
sign.
Look, I'm like, God, make it plain for me. And just like random
Make it plain.
just pops up, like. But yeah,
That's
no, I would
funny.
like just overcoming my own self, my own insecurities, my own fears, and just analyzing what I need to do and why I want to do it. Like making sure that it's all
Right.
in alignment.
I love
Yeah.
that. Sounds good.
Okay. So, what are some upcoming goals of yours this year? Like, what's next for you?
Oh, upcoming goals for the next 12 months. I would say definitely I need a place of business. I think it's absolutely pure insanity. I'm Young Entrepreneur of the Year for a Metropolitan Business League, and I don't have no place of business.
But that's
That don't make
okay.
sense.
That
But
is
let's talk
so,
about the real. Yeah, because a lot of times people think they gotta jump out and get into a shop immediately. And that's overhead is so expensive and it's so stressful alone. Like in rent in these places, these buildings that have bays is ridiculous. Like you're spending between $3,000, $4,000 a month in rent. And so
That's
it's not,
crazy.
don't, yeah, I wouldn't, don't pressure yourself, girl. Like, even though you won that in your garage. Like, that is a huge
yeah.
accomplishment on your own. These other people that you was competing against had a business, they had an office, had a space, and you didn't, but you still was that girl of the year.
Yeah, don't feel the pressure of getting your own shop so soon. Do it
Yeah.
when the time is right, because I've been mobile for 7 years and like no overhead. Like I
Yeah,
had a
girl,
shop
she
for a
thought.
whole month. Like I had a shop for a month. I had one customer come through because people prefer me going to them. I'm so used to it. Like I have dealerships and shops that I've built relationships with that just let me use their bays and charge my prices. So like you're good being mobile.
I was you should have told me that.
And
You should have told me that.
Yeah.
people do, like Montana told me, like people kill it being mobile. Like, you know,
They
like
do.
people don't, some people
Because there's a
don't
special
want to
niche.
shop. Yeah, like once you get the hang of it, like I mean, it's easier almost. You get a change of scenery. It's not the same thing every day. People appreciate you more because you're not there every day. Like, there's a
I
lot
think
of pluses
I
to
would
it.
assume that your tips would be bigger too.
Yeah, people tip
Mm.
you because they're like, I didn't have to leave my house. Like, that was
Yeah.
great. Like, you know, they love that. And like the people I look for, I don't do it outside. I used to do it outside and I don't do it outside anymore. I'm like, if you have a closed garage or have a friend who does or have a shop that'll let you use the space, like, I'll do it there. I just can't do it out in the open. Otherwise, I can't warranty it. So, like, I've made it to where if you want a good job, you're going to have to find a shop or come to me because I have a couple shops that let me use their shops. So like, you know, you can find a way around without having shop rent. Yeah,
Yeah.
no pressure.
Don't
Don't
rush that.
rush.
Girl, trying to tell you because
And
I was like,
don't put that stigma on you just because you won the year that you
Yeah,
have to
because
be in.
like she said, you want it without that. Like you're good.
y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. Like,
No, we get it because the
Yeah.
conversations. I was stressing about getting into a shop here recently. Kayla, we've had conversations about her wanting to get into a shop. Like this is a real thing that we all talk about, but I think it's because of the pressure on the outside, where it's like
Mhm.
we feel like we have to be in a shop in order to make our business grow. And that's not always the case. Like our business is still growing. It's just not growing how other people in business or other people in shops, like, yeah, do you get in a shop and your trajectory changes? Your clientele might change. Yes. But you also missing out on the clientele that's mobile, clientele that want to come to my home, my residence, get that experience because it's going to be experience wherever I'm at. And so just wherever you are, girl, you're going to be blessed. You're gonna be highly favored and you're gonna win
Yeah,
again.
people are gonna appreciate like someone like you, especially going to their house and like think about it. Like the customers who have garages, like they have like for my customers at least, like they have nice AC garages, like you know, like they're like it's
She's like, girl,
better,
not
you
at
know, like
Richmond. Not at
not
Richmond, girl.
oh no, no.
not an AC garage. We love AC in heat, girl. I'm telling you.
Yeah, she in a nice area. She ain't at Richmond.
Yeah, maybe not.
We didn't have them summers, baby. We didn't have them summers.
Well,
It's
I mean,
real.
and those summers happen too for me. And I've worked in crowded garages before, and like, you know, you find ways around it. Like, it's just, and you know, you charge them a little bit extra to come to them. You know, they're staying home. It's convenient for them. You charge them extra.
Yep.
So do. I so do.
Yeah, yeah, you
Yeah.
should.
So, no, that's so real. That's so real. I appreciate all that y'all just said to me. That makes my heart feel so warm because I am the girl in Richmond that tint windows. Like I be having to remind myself,
Yeah.
like you are her. Like you are
Yeah.
the girl. Like so like
Yeah.
now I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, now I gotta be that girl. Like now I gotta be that girl. Like, oh y'all
When
want to
you
be that
get a
girl?
shop though, I promise it's like it's you're gonna feel much better when you get a shop though.
I already said let me
But
touch on that. So go ahead. No, because I want you to lose your train of thought.
are you good? Go ahead.
Okay, so I was gonna say like when I was talking about me getting a garage, I see myself doing more automotive things in general, like auto enhancement, auto maintenance, and like automotive, like maybe sales or something like that. Like I wanted to like if I'm gonna get like a space, it's gonna be multi-purpose. Like just because I just love like car, I really became one of the people that love cars. Like I really
Yeah.
love cars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I have two within this. And you couldn't tell me. All I knew was a Honda Accord. Don't tell me about it. Don't ask me about no other car. Now I could tell you everything about a car.
Yes, I
I
really
know
love it.
SRT, Track Hawk. I know all that now.
Yep. What's the
But
year make?
I definitely understand. Like, yeah. I definitely understand like the love for car, and but that does get when you get into a space like that, that does open up that door where you can like have signs out or whatever, just letting people know the services you offer. And I no longer have to tell you what I offer because you could read it, what I offer. Definitely.
Yeah.
But it'll
That's
come in
I was
God's
saying.
timing.
You said what happened?
I said it'll come in God's timing.
Yep, that's why I said that's a long-term goal. Right now, I'm just focusing on getting myself, getting the van and stuff, and getting it set up for mobile, and that's my main focus right now. That's why I've been so busy, like not busy, but like focused on my credit and stuff, because I want to make sure, like, if I need to get a loan for whatever, we could do that. Should that be necessary? But
We good. We're gonna make it right back.
Yeah.
right back.
Don't forget you gotta have Wi-Fi in the van.
Yeah,
Don't
that's why I
forget that
haven't
part.
gotten one yet because it's so much like
A lot of people
once you
forget
got
that.
it though.
You got a billboard.
Yeah.
Nah,
Well, if
for
you do a
real.
plotter.
A
If
peel
you hand
board.
type, then you're good. Well,
That's why
That's
I
the
was
thing.
gonna like pre-plot and then bring it, like, and then
We
if I
talked-
mess up, I hand cut.
Me and Allie, we talked about that at tennis battle because we were having this conversation about mobile tinting and stuff. And I'm thinking, because I seen this boy, if I find his page, I think I saved it. Y'all might have seen him too. He got a plotter in his van and he plotted, put it on the peel board behind him,
Yeah.
thread it, and go do the car or
Yeah.
whatever in the people garage.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, and that was my mindset. I was like, bro, I'm just put the plotter in the car. Like, just put the plotter in the car. Like, that was my mindset. So to see him doing it, I'm like, this man stole my idea. How did he get in my brain?
There's a few
I did it?
people.
Like,
That's
Yeah.
funny.
that's the concept. So
Just make sure you bolt it down. Just keep it tight.
yeah, his looked like it was like up against that bitch. Like it looked like it was in there.
So because we mentioned tenor battles a few times here, what was like your best takeaway you feel like from tenor battles?
Flat glass.
Flat glass? Oh,
Yes,
learning how to do flat glass.
Flat glass.
And for people who don't know why flat glass, learning that is so crucial. Can you explain a little bit of that? Or why that was like your most highlighted moment?
They shine the light on that flat glass and the type of revenue that flat glass can bring into your window tinting business. Like my business name is Tint My Ride 804 because all I knew was tinting cars when I started. And all I knew clientele that wanted their windows tinted had cars. I did not know the industry of flat glass and tinting commercial buildings and schools and residents and all that type of clientele that needs their windows tinted. So once flat glass, and they explained to me the different type of film that go into it, from security to anti-graffiti, the reflective for the sun, and the bulletproof film and stuff. Not bulletproof. It's not bulletproof.
Yeah. It's thick though. Dang near. It's brick proof for sure.
Yeah. So it's brick proof. So just being able to learn about the flat glass industry and how the different revenue streams that can come from flat glass encouraged me to like we might need a DBA or something because we gonna be taking more here.
Yeah.
Not for real, yeah. Yeah, you could DBA it and do like tint my stuff.
Yeah, I have an LLC and
Tint
a
my
DBA
glass.
under it because I changed my name. It's real simple.
Oh,
Okay.
what was the LLC?
My LLC is
Go ahead.
what? It's KS or K's window tint. People used to say KS and I got annoyed because it's K's window tint.
And so you operate now a DBA as Goddess Window Tinting?
Yeah, I put my DBA Goddess window tint under my LLC. So they're like, my LLC's that, but then I'm operating under my DBA name that's tied to my LLC.
Ah, that's smart.
I like that. Yeah.
It's just one simple form too.
Can you have multiple DBAs under one LLC?
I believe so.
I
might be wrong. Don't check me on that, but I'll check and I'll get back with that. I'm gonna text my attorney right now. He was the one who showed me how to do it all. Like my attorney, he was like, "Oh, it's real simple. You just do this, and he showed me, and it was like one form, like not that expensive. So I can ask him for you.
I'm gonna send this little clip to my attorney and be like, "See how her attorney just shows her stuff and is so kind." You should try that sometime.
Yeah, he gonna be like, you need to up my rate.
Oh.
I'm like, sir, sir, you know me. Don't play with me.
So what? So we talked about your future. We talked about challenges. Yes. So I don't
What's
know,
some
Kayla.
advice you want to give to the
Yes.
women or just people in general, mostly women, coming into the industry? Any advice?
Advice to especially the girls: be her, be her, be her. The people see you. The people notice you. They love the girl. The girls love the girls. So just be her.
The
Be on
girls
your
do love the girls.
Yeah.
girls
Yes.
do love the girls. Be on your stuff. Like keep track of everything. Your supply. I know it's hard in the beginning because you still trying, especially if you never knew nothing about window tint. Like you're really new to window tint. Focus on your craft at first. Focus on getting good at your craft and really like making sure your work and your quality of work is top notch, like one of the top people in your wherever you at. Focus on your craft first. Once you feel like your craft is good, you have a good confidence in yourself, your abilities to tint. Focus on your business side. Focus on how much revenue you're making, how much money you're spending out. Focus on making sure you're giving a quality experience to your customers. You're on time. Like Ali was talking about earlier, you're on time for stuff. You do it in the time you say it's going to happen. If not, you're going to update them with updates of what's going on. If you're going to be running over, like just make sure you give your customers a quality experience with you and be about your business and be that girl. Be that girl that make everybody look and be like, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Where did it come from? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Who are you?
That's the tenor, y'all.
Yes, be her.
And then they're like, "You tint? Okay."
Like
That's my favorite.
do it. It's you. It's you that do it. It's not your husband, your boyfriend.
Yeah.
No. He don't know not a lick. He can't cut a straight line to save his life. No.
No, he can't cut a straight line.
Girl, he tried. It was like I was like, oh no, give it back. You dulling my knife. Give it back.
Go spray something down or something. This
Yeah,
is
right.
not
Go vacuum.
Stick to the detailing, right? That's funny. So the advice you say was just like, be that girl. I definitely feel that. And I think a lot of times when you come into this as a woman, being so or not intimidated, but it's like there's a lot of men out here and they're very macho because it's intimidating being around women. Like we are very intimidating because we give better quality. We give better. I think personally, we give better customer service because we just like we're very more compassionate and we could read people body language and just subtle cues with our customers.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like when you come to the industry, it is a little intimidating, but it will shine. It is so rare to find a female tenor in a city. You will shine so much.
And you
already
are. So
Thanks,
keep doing what
y'all.
you're doing.
Yes, I wholeheartedly
putting on for
agree.
804.
Putting on for the 804. That's all I know.
Yes, so like, do you and your dad still do business together, or are you just like, Dad, you do your thing, I'm doing my thing in my own area?
So that was another thing too. When I left my garage, I was doing cars at his shop again, and it's better for us to be daddy daughter. Be daddy daughter.
I saw that the don't mix blood, like with
Mix with blood.
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my go-to line. When people ask me why you don't work at your dad's shop, why you don't work at your dad's shop, why you don't work with your dad, can't mix blood and money, man.
And I feel that like I left my tint dad, he was my work dad. Like he used to refer to me as his daughter, like because we worked together for 7 years, like, and we built that relationship, and leaving him was the hardest thing I've ever done. Like I cried for so long. I was like, just because I felt like I was abandoning him, like, but he wasn't doing what I needed him to do for me to grow. And it was just what I had to do, you know?
That's a
It's
tough
hard.
decision to make. That's a tough decision to
I
make.
think that's a thing when you move into when you're in somebody else's building, somebody else's shop, somebody else's name. Yeah, they want you to grow, but you better not grow past me. That's a stigma. I've noticed out here is that y'all can grow, but once you start like trying to grow past me, now we got issues. Now,
Whether
a
it's
whole bunch
intentional or not, yeah,
right.
like
It
because
just
some
becomes
people don't realize
intimidating.
it. That's just how they are, like that's all they know, that's all they want to do, and that's, their choice. But I don't want to, be living by their choices. I need to make my own.
Yeah, agree.
No, for real. Yeah.
So do you plan on doing this tinning stuff forever? This is like, do you want to have a franchise? What do you want to like, how far you want to take the tinning? Because you're deep in it now.
Mhm.
All right, we in this thing. I'm about to get Tim my ride on my chest. I ain't lying.
Right.
Yeah.
That don't change
Hell
my life.
yeah.
Out of the hood, baby. I put Tim my ride across my chest. Um,
Got us out the hood.
my plans for it. It's funny because like I never had a plan for it. It's just been going and just been growing. So it's like I feel like the second I have goals in mind that I work towards, and then I have faith in God that He gonna give me what I want without the plan that I planned on doing. Like He gonna
Every
still
time.
give me what I asked for. Nowhere near thought how it was gonna happen, how I thought it was gonna happen. So
Right.
I
Have you
would say
ever like, oh, sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh no. I real quick. I would just say that I don't really say I have like an actual, like what I see myself growing into. I just know like I read my Bible and I know what it said in Deuteronomy. I know what it said in Numbers, and when God, brought the Israelites into their land of milk and honey, to their promised land, He's talked a lot about being able to fight battles for them and do things for them. So I know if God's calling me into this industry to do things, I know that it's his battle, it's his fight, and I'm gonna have my land for me until
You
my
the best.
ride. That's just what it's
Mhm.
gonna be. So I don't know how it's gonna look like, but I know that I got a promised land for it. So that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Have you ever had a time where you like stepped away from the business and then came back, or has it been straight since 2019?
Girl, so this past 4 months, the first quarter of the year, I call myself like trying not to do personal cards and focus on my contracts and school. Cause we didn't talk about that. I'm in school too. And tried to do that, child. Ain't posting nothing, thinking that was gonna like slow down business or something like that. Like people was gonna hit me up to tint their windows, regardless if I'm
Girl,
posting.
no, you know.
Yeah.
Apparently, because that didn't stop nothing. Them people still calling, texting. They like, hey, why your website not letting me book nothing? Like, what's going on with your? I'm like, okay. So even if I tried to not tint windows, I don't think I
Yeah.
could not tint windows. Somebody gonna ask me to tint, and I'm gonna let them pull up.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
time.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I tried to lie to myself. I said, Ebony, if nobody hit you up to tint windows, you would be gasping for air right now. Girl, please.
Yeah, once you're their girl,
Yeah.
you're their girl, and they're gonna find you. Like I have people who are like, I've been looking for you for years. Where did you go? I just stumbled
Just move the
across your
city over.
number finally.
Wow, that's love.
Yeah.
That's love. That's the
Yeah.
type of stuff that keeps
Yeah.
me going for real. Like that stuff right
Mhm.
there keeps me going. Like,
I
okay.
know. I
Speaking
know.
of something similar, that happened to me kind of today. So when I first started my business, I had these business cards that had my personal number on it. I still have my personal number, but once I started like elevating my business, like, okay, I need to transition my personal to a business number. So I got a call today from my personal number, and I don't answer numbers I don't know, my personal number. And so I declined it, and I was like, who is this? And they was like, I'm looking for somebody to tint my windows. I must got the wrong number. And I'm like, dang, that was kind of rude of me. So I called her from my business phone. And I was like, hey, you just texted my phone. You were looking to get window tinted. Yeah, you just texted my personal number. I just don't do that. So they was like, oh, well, the business card I have has your personal number on it. I'm like, dang, like you kept it from like forever ago.
That's
Because I haven't
crazy.
had those cards around in forever with my personal number. So yeah, definitely your customers, or even your customers are gonna want to always come back if you did quality work. But a lot of times too, when you meet people, they may not want to book with you right then and there, but they're gonna always remember you.
Mhm.
And they're gonna come back. They're gonna come back.
Look, and
Yeah.
y'all probably can attest to this too. I have people who never came to me to get their windows tinted that tell other people come to me to get their windows tinted. That's looking
Yeah.
to get and
Yeah.
stuff. That type of stuff
Yeah.
is cool
Yes.
too.
That's the best, especially when you get tagged on social media and they like, who does window tint? Everybody tagging you, and it's like, I ain't even done y'all cards, but yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we are coming to an end here. So is there something that you want to discuss that we didn't get a chance to discuss? Or do you feel like we touched on a lot of your topics?
I really wish I could have like talked more to y'all, like ask y'all some questions, like get to know more of y'all stories and stuff. But I did get a good understanding of both you guys' story. We already talked and stuff, so I know a little bit more about your story. But it was great to hear yours, Kayla, and like how you started and where you're at today. Like I'm so proud of y'all. Like so proud of y'all. This is
We're
so
proud
new.
of
Like,
you.
window tint is so new. Like even when I first started, like Instagram reels and stuff, like that stuff was still new. TikTok had just really came out for real. Like all that stuff was so new. So it was like nobody was really showing themselves like tinting cars and stuff and like doing the behind the scenes. It was just before and afters. Like nobody showed them actually working.
Not even before, just posting a picture.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Like, dang, you got a new car again?
So yeah, it's so cool seeing all the women tint windows. Like I be following all the girls.
I know, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
So speaking of follow, how can people find you?
Y'all can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I think that's all my social medias. Oh, LinkedIn at Tint My Ride 804 on everything. Any social media platform at Tint My Ride 804. It's TINT. Y'all know some people spell tint. Yeah.
My Siri does, yes.
It's all one word, Tint My Ride 804.
All word, Tint My Ride 804 on everything.
Well,
go follow, go support. She's amazing. And her voice, that voice. I love your voice.
Oh,
thank you. So sweet.
I love
it has been an absolute pleasure having you on tonight. It was such a blessing for you to come on this podcast, share your story with us, share your time with us. And we look forward to having another one with you eventually. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We booted Montana out of here or something. He just got out the way.
Oh yeah, this is Women Wednesday.
Yeah. I normally just step away. What's going on, Miss Tint My Ride?
Hey Montana, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Podcast today.
Yeah. No, it's Women Wednesday. You know what I mean? I just kind of step away from it and let y'all do y'all thing.
Good.
But yeah, we definitely glad you came on. You know, that's what's up.
Thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all so much for having me. This was so much fun. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Can't wait for the next one.
Yes.
So definitely, Ebony. Yeah, thank you. And you know what I'm saying? Like I say, we're gonna wrap it on up. And like I say, just make sure, like I say, this episode, you know, just make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And like I say, we'll be posting it. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Thank you guys.
Right. Thank you.
Bye. Good night. Great
week.
Well, yeah. Oh, my bad. I hadn't pressed the button. It was a delay. My bad. I apologize. All right, y'all. So yeah, definitely we want to thank everybody for tuning in to this Women Wednesday. The women, y'all should be the one talking to the people. Go ahead, say something.
Thank you for tuning in to another Women Wednesday. Don't miss it. This interview was amazing. She was great. Yeah, I can't wait to talk to her more.
Absolutely. And guys, don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe. Tell your friends to tell your friends to tell a friend to tap in with us, to tune in every Wednesday, 8 p.m. to the best tint podcast out there. We are giving women a voice on Wednesdays. So tap in, y'all, 8 p.m. every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
For sure.
Can't forget it. Every Wednesday.
Don't forget.